Hello and welcome to Channels Book Club. My name is Olakunle Kasumu and it's great to be on the show again. We're off and running for 2023. Hopefully it's going to be a great year. Elections round the corner, so many things lined up for the year. It's a year of change for Nigeria. Well, get your PVC and vote right. That's a message out there for everybody. But this is the Channels Book Club and we're all about books, books, books. What do you make of Spear? Have you heard of that before? Well, that's the title of Prince Harry's new book, controversial book, Spear. And guess what? This book is the fastest selling non-fiction title of all time. Imagine selling 1.4 million copies on the very first day. That's the dream of many authors, to even sell 1 million copies their entire lifetime. You sell 1.4 million copies in one day. Let that sink in. One day, 1.4 million copies. Well, one big lesson Spear teaches us as writers and authors and publishers is that controversy sells. So if you want to write a book, get controversial. Well, anyway, that's on the light note. But Harry's book is selling because it's a controversial book. Everybody's talking about the book. The young boy in the family decides to spill it all, tell all in his memoir, and everybody's scrambling to buy because everybody wants to know what are people like those dirty details, don't they? But that's the way it works out there. The world loves such news, such gists, such, rumors and controversies and all those things. So where do you fall? Do you belong to those people who think Harry has gone too far? Or you belong to those people who think he's not even said enough? Well, personally, I think he's said enough. He should keep quiet. Family matters, keep them within the family. But then, the royal family, some will argue, is not the ordinary family. It's a public family, so everybody wants to know what's going on in the royal family. But Prince Harry says he's not even said it all. He said he has much more to say, and he didn't even write everything in that book. And there is a sequel. There's another book coming out. And his wife, Meghan, also has a biography on her that is about to be launched very soon. Well, it's just massive. They've done a documentary, they're doing books and everything. So what is the real reason behind this? Nobody's sure. But Spear, 1.4 billion, it's not yet very much out there in the Nigerian market, but you can believe that in the next 1 week or two, you're going to find the book everywhere in Nigeria. Trust me on that. Everywhere in Nigeria. But you could get it on Amazon. You can log on to Amazon and get your copy, and it can be sent to you wherever you are. But that's Spear. In the book world, a lot of things are happening. We got a very sad news recently. I didn't even know, I didn't hear until recently, that one of our guests on this show, I simply liked to call her Yeye Bush, passed away sadly late last year. Really, really shocking news. On this show and on this station, our guests are like family. So we like to treat our guests very well, and we like to pay our respect. So we are going to show you an interview that I had with Yeye Bush about 3 years ago. But before then, let me tell you something very, very nice and interesting that has happened. Whatever you think about the Presidential Library of Olusegun Obasanjo, there are all manner of stories around the library. If you visit the place, it's a fabulous place. When I visited the Olusegun Obasanjo Library last year, I was blown away. And the good news is the library just got a 500 million naira donation. Yeah, you heard that right, 500 million naira. Listen to this.
Future Africa Leaders Foundation, under the aegis of the Chris Oyakhilome Foundation International, has donated 500 million naira to the Olusegun Obasanjo Presidential Library in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital. Conceived in 1988, the Olusegun Obasanjo Presidential Library later became a reality when he emerged democratically elected president of Nigeria. Its primary aim is to acknowledge the contributions of past leaders of Nigeria and deepen democracy. The documents and other archival materials in the library are invaluable for researchers and members of the public.
Well, that's good news. I hope libraries across the country can get such support. Imagine public sector libraries, private sector libraries across the country getting that kind of funding. Well, the story will be very, very different. Now, remember Ronke Onodeko, that brilliant lady who wrote a book that was listed in 2018 as one of our books of the year. To My Younger Self, that was listed as one of our top 20 Nigerian books. You've got to lay your hands on this one. You really have to do. Well, when she did launch the book, we were there. Enjoy this.
Ronke Onodeko, a serial entrepreneur and a multi-sectoral professional, has hosted young and old to the launch of the second edition of her book, To My Younger Self. The book is a collection of inspiring stories of career, family, and business journeys. Compared to the first edition of the book, which featured 24 successful Nigerian professionals, the second edition features 40 contributors.
The second part that resonates with me a lot is to be grateful for where I am.
Before the official unveiling of the book, excerpts from the contributors were read.
Although I have a shy disposition, I have a passion for making presentations. This is not to say that I don't have that queasiness in my stomach when I get up to talk to a crowd. However, I have learned that the key again is preparing. This stands me in good stead in my work as an independent consultant. As such, I don't take my theatre arts and law degrees for granted. The training I received helped me hone my presentation skills. It is second nature to me now, and it's primarily a way of giving back to others through knowledge sharing. I will not say I'm passionate about making money, but I'm passionate about ensuring that I do not lack it.
Life can be challenging, and she also goes on to say, I had no idea how to process the devastating information that she said, but she said something that I felt like was really, really important. There will be ups and downs. You will experience heartbreak, grief, betrayal, and face difficult challenges. My advice is to be reminiscent, reminding yourself that time will heal the pain, so be patient and prayerful. And it might sound harsh, but you must never allow yourself to feel sad, discouraged, or have self-pity when you face trying times.
Yemi Afariogun, an architect and project management expert, speaks on Patrick Okigbo's contribution in the book.
Going through Mr. Patrick's story, Mr. Okigbo's story, titled Family, the Bedrock of Success. I think he went on to explain that it experiences from his childhood went on to form a lot of his life. And, you know, subconsciously or consciously, we are creating memories for ourselves and our children. And I think we should be a bit more intentional about, as parents, to help our children create the right memories that would help them build the right values that would help them in life.
The contributors stepped to the podium for the official unveiling.
To my younger self.
Ignoring the task that comes with bringing professionals to share their stories, Onodeko shares the motivation behind the book.
It's a really critical book that we begin to share our own stories as Nigerians. A foreigner cannot share a Nigerian story the way a Nigerian can share it. And when our young people are reading books of successful people in Europe, in America, in Canada, the conditions are not the same, they're not relatable. So I want Nigerian youths and Nigerians in general, and people on the continent and globally, to hear our authentic Nigerian stories.
To My Younger Self is a collection of moral and career guides dedicated to mentoring young adults.